Hi everybody, welcome to week 2, module 1 of Leading Edge Certification for the Online and Blended Teacher. My name is Sue Christensen, although I think most of you know me, and we're embarking on a 9-week journey here to learn how to become better at this craft. I thought it'd be good with module 1 to show you a few pointers, how to embed objects into PowerSchool, and also talk to you a little about the calendar. So with that, let's just jump right on in here. Okay, here we are on the landing page for Module 1. First thing I want to point out, over on the right side, you'll see a calendar just for the week, but all the weeks kind of work the same in that on the Friday before, I'll be opening up the module. So this Friday coming up, I'll be opening up module 2. And then on the following Thursday, your discussion initial posts are going to be due. And then on Sunday, everything else is due, which means reply post to discussion posts, the reflection for the module, and the portfolio activity for the module. Those deadlines, the dead dates, those deadlines are firm deadlines, but nobody's going to be seriously penalized for being late, and it won't affect scores in any way. We just really need everybody to stay on schedule with making their initial discussion posts by Thursday so that people have time to do the reply posts. We don't want you making your initial post on Saturday or Sunday and, making that window so tight for everybody else to reply to you. Also, a couple of the activities require collaboration. And so in those weeks, I provide a little more schedule to how you work on those collaboration projects so that everybody has a chance to get different parts finished and give feedback to each other as well. So that's basically how the calendar works, and each week will go the same all the way until we're finished. And then at the end, we'll be working on the portfolios, and the portfolios can stretch out for a week or two. So just know that too is not a hard and fast deadline, but also realize that I won't be able to submit the entire cohort's portfolios till I have everybody finished with them. So there might be some people, as you know, waiting for, a payroll form to go in because they were working on credits. Speaking of credits, university credits, if any of you are interested in getting Fresno Pacific University credit for this course, shoot me a message in regular email, though, if you could, with your mailing address and wording to the effect that you want to get Fresno Pacific credit. And then we'll send you out one of their registration packets. You'll then fill that out and then add your check to them and send it off to them directly. And then they will send us, or me, the grading form so that I can give you your credits at the end. So anyway, that's that. Okay, when the module opens up, in the first day or two of the week, so Monday or Tuesday, make sure you go into the textbook, which is, you're going to get into that by clicking on either this icon here or the link to the textbook. So I'm going to jump over there real quick here. So in this case, you're reading about the evolution of online and blended learning in Module 1. And so you'll go through, and the first page is always an overview listing the objectives, the assignments, and the academic vocabulary of the module. And then you will proceed on to the next pages. You'll have to click over here to be able to see those pages. And so you just go one by one through them and don't skip anything. Make sure that the links are followed, that you read what's on the other side of the links. If there's a video, watch the video, and so on and so forth. Eventually, in here, you will also see the instructions for the discussion, the portfolio assignment, and the reflection for the module. But you will also find those same instructions in your PowerSchool learning page. So I'm going to jump back to our page, and it may take a moment here. Come on, there you go. Okay, so looking at this particular module, your reading will then be followed with the discussion here. And so you're going to actually watch some different profiles of different ways online and blended learning can be set up or configured. And then you can discuss those following the prompts here. So anyway, and a little bit is discussed about, how to handle communications online, because you are doing a discussion. You kind of already did that when you introduced each other, but in Module 0. But on that one, I'm scoring it, but I'm not scoring it the same as the others going forward will be scored. The main thing you want to make sure that you do is that you respond to everything in the prompt. So in this one here, there's 4 items in the prompt. So make sure you actually have addressed all 4. If you need to, actually, put the prompt numbering, or if there is, or bulleting into your response. The other thing to always make sure that you do is when you do your replies to others, make sure that you do try to carry the conversation on. In other words, don't just say, I agree, or right on, or I disagree. You need to kind of say a little bit of why, and you have to, in a positive manner, try to carry the conversation forward some more. And that's how you'll get full credit on your discussions. The portfolio assignment in this module is to create some kind of infographic or Venn diagram, either one will be okay, that shows the relationship between online and blended learning. And it's well described in the reading. It's also described here in the prompts that you see, whether teacher-centered or learner-centered, etc. Oops, sorry about that. My computer is talking to me here. Anyway, and you may use a variety of different tools. Several are suggested here, but you're definitely not even limited to these. Mendomo, Bubble-us, Google Draw. You could simply use Google Draw and draw a Venn diagram. If you're in PowerPoint Online, you can use their Venn diagram tool to create it, and then just get the embed code for your Venn diagram for the PowerPoint slide, and you just have a single slide, but that will work too. So there's a variety of ways to do this. You can use PictoChart, Easily, Canva, Creately, etc. So I'll talk a little more about putting that into your, embedding it into your PowerSchool wiki project. And excuse me for my rough voice. I'm fighting a cold. I've had it for 2 weeks now. Not fun. Okay, I'm going to talk a little about the reflection next, though. So every module has a reflection at the end, and the portfolio assignment and the reflection are the 2 items that go into your portfolio at the end of the course. In this case, your reflection is going to have 4 points that you need to address, and it's really important when you do your reflection that you take a stand. In number 4 here, read what it says with me. Reflecting on your work in this module, how has it strengthened your skills in one or more of the blended learning teacher competencies? Specifically cite the domains, competencies, and standards. Or you could skip that whole thing I just read and go to this option. Or reflecting on your work in this module, how has it strengthened your skills in one or more of the INACOL standards for quality online teaching? Specifically cite the standards and teacher abilities. This is recognizing that whether your focus is blended or online as a as where you are with your job or career or your focus for taking this course is important. And we want you to make sure that as you do your reflections each module, that you consistently address one or the other. So once you pick it here in module 1, which way you're going to look at this, whether online or blended, as a focus, that you stick with that same angle all the way through. So you're always going to either be using the INACOL standards or other standards for blended learning, meaning ISTE standards, Common Core standards, etc. So just be aware of that. And then back here to the portfolio assignment, I want to point out number 2 here, how to embed. And it's really important that you understand what embedding is. Embedding is not simply putting a picture on the page in PowerSchool or anywhere. Embedding means that you have gone to the place where you created the Creately or the PictoChart or whatever, and you grab or copy the embed code for your tool and the way your project itself, the document. You got the embed code, and then you came over to PowerSchool. I'm sorry, it's late at night too. And you embedded that code in. So I'm going to show you how to do that real quickly here. So just give me a second. So if you go over to, I guess I'll do Google Draw. So I'll make something really quick here. So I'm going to go to Google Draw. So we go to Google, and we're going to open up the drive and make a new drawing. You can also do this in Office 365 with the Visio tool, but make sure you can embed it. That's the only thing. I haven't checked on that. The Visio tool being in the online version is brand new. I mean, it's just a couple of weeks ago it came out, but it works pretty much like Google Draw. Okay, so you go over here to Google Drawings and you open up the drawing window. Now, I'm not going to actually draw one of these things, but I'll make a couple objects on the page so that we have something. And I guess I'm going to have to wait till it's done loading. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to insert, looks like, well, I'd rather do a shape. Okay, so I'm going to insert a couple circles here. So I'm going to draw a circle, and then I'm going to draw another circle. You know how the Venn diagrams work. And I'm not going to care that they're, not, overlaid where you could see underneath yet. I mean, you have to do some things to this and the colors and all. Okay, so pretend I'm done. I've put text on the page, I've labeled it and all, what have you. I'm not going to do that right now. Okay, to get the embed code, you're going to go over here to File, and you're going to pick Publish to Web. In everything these days, you're either going to find it as a publish tool, so you're going to have to look through in whatever tool you decide to make your infographic in. Look either under Publish or Share, and look for the option that specifically says Embed. So I'm going to click here on Publish, and then this comes up, and lo and behold, see there, it says Embed. So I'm going to click on that, and first, before it's going to work, I have to click Publish. So I'm going to say, yes, I do want to publish it. And when you publish it, it makes it public so that others can see it. And that's what you want, because once you put it in your wiki project, if you don't do that, it's like any other Google document. You can't just share it either. You have to publish it. Others won't be able to see it. I mean, you'll see it just great when you're in your wiki project, but the rest of us, we won't see it. So now it's created this embed code. The medium size actually might be too big. Let me see here. Well, we'll give it a try and see how it works. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to leave it on that one. Okay, it's already published, so all I have to do is copy it. So notice when I hover over it, I can do Control C, and I've just copied it. Now I'm going to go back to my wiki project and show you what goes on next. So going through here, you'll see this is for 1.2. At the bottom it says View Projects. So you click that, and then you go in, and I'm going to actually have to open somebody's. It doesn't look like anybody here has opened one yet. So I'm going to, who should I annoy today? Okay, I think I'm going to pick on you, Cassie. And all you do is you hover over your name, and you'll see it says Start Wiki Site. So Cassie, yours is going to be started. Sorry about that. Okay, so once it does that, it comes back, and it says Cassie hasn't started. We know that. So I just click the begin, and it opens up the wiki site. And in a moment, I'll have a page here. There it is. So this is Cassie's wiki project. But I'm going to delete what I'm going to do here, so she'll be able to go in and do a fresh start when she's ready. And I don't expect you guys, you probably work on these over the weekend. This is the biggest task to do of the module. Okay, so at this point you click Add a Content Block, and you pick Embed the Web. So you pick that. So easy. It really is. So I went and copied the embed code from my drawing, and then I come over here, pick Embed the Web in PowerSchool. This little window comes up, and I simply Control V, paste. Ta-da. Then I click Next, and we don't recognize the code you pasted. PowerSchool can still use the code in a well, let's see what it does. Okay. We'll find out here in a minute if it worked or not. Not seeing what I should see. So we'll have to check. Now, if you have to change the code you put in, you just click View Code here. And you could see here that it's doing this at, this is the code I pasted under View Code. And it says width 960. You know, those need to be reversed, because I'll tell you, it's only like 750 wide. So I'm going to switch this to 720 and make the height 960. Just a little hint there. Okay, because I know that it's 750-ish pixels wide. So I'm going to click Save. Let's just see what this does. Oh, that's another problem. Okay, up at the top, when you add these little sections, you can't leave them blank. So I'm going to just say that this is my Venn diagram. And then you click Save again. And we'll see how this goes. Okay, you already have code. Don't you love it? I'm just going to close. Oh, Okay, that's a new one. I may have to do this slide over again. So let's see what, no, it didn't take it at all. I'm going to try a different tactic. So instead of picking the Embed the Web option, I'm going to go up here to On-Page Text. I might be able to do it. It's not liking the Google code today. So what I'm going to do instead, I'll put Venn diagram like I was doing before. This is troubleshooting in real time with you guys. Okay, if you click here, this is where you can paste embed code in the source code. So it's going to give me the same window, and I can just now paste this source code right there. I do need to change it again because I changed it in that other window but didn't change it here. You know what? That might be why it didn't like it too. I'm just thinking here that I'm changing its code. So we'll see. Clicking Save. Oh, it worked. So there you go. So you can't use the Embed the Web content block, but you can use the on-screen text box, and then use the source link instead. But I'll tell you, most of the other Web 2.0 tools that you utilize will give you embed code that will work with the publish or embed the web option when you create your box here, your content box in PowerSchool. So that did work. All that's left is, this is an incomplete picture. You would also want to add a little blurb explaining your thought process in doing your diagram. You could add another content block here to do that. Another thing you need to do is you always, whenever you embed, you should always add an additional link there as well. Just a direct link, because some browsers, if they're not fully updated, occasionally won't open an embedded frame. And so if that happens to someone and they're on your page and you want to get into this habit just in general, always have a side link that goes to the same location. But it's better, it's more user-friendly if people can just view things right on your screen. Now, the reason I embedded is because if I were to go and re-edit my Google Drawing document, I don't have to repost it here, because this is actually showing live what is in Google Drawing. And so you can make changes as much as you want over in Google, and this will update. It's because it's a live feed. And so that's why embedding is so much better than simply posting a picture. So if you had posted a picture of it instead, every time you made a change in Google, you'd have to go, save that, download it, and then upload it here. This is much more fluid. So that is why we embed. Anyway, that is it for today. I think you've had enough of me probably. I wanted mainly to show you how to do the embedding and also talk to you about due dates and things of that nature. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact me, and enjoy the learning. With that, good night. Bye-bye.